Hi, my name is Evangelia Girin. I'm an international business administration student at Vrije Universiteit of Amsterdam, specialized in marketing. I have always been interested in how brands create awareness and what strategies are most effective. In an era of digital transformation, social media has become a primary marketing channel and has evolved into an industry of global magnitude. Marketing is multidimensional. It touches upon identity, ethical considerations, community values, and cultural habits. It is a key to a strong reciprocal relationship between the brand and the consumer. Influencer marketing extends this by borrowing something powerful: trust. We create social relations through social media, and we're incentivized to follow influencers because they feel like someone who can bridge a genuine recommendation and an advertising message. Disclosing sponsorship is a regulation mandated by the US Federal Trade Commission, aimed at being transparent and safeguarding consumer autonomy. It comes in the forms of sponsored related hashtags or an indication of paid partnership. This raises an ethical concern. When a recommendation is a paid promotion and the consumers are unable to identify it as such, transparency is compromised at the expense of marketing effectiveness. This is especially relevant for audiences who may not be familiar with influencer marketing or may struggle to recognize when the post is sponsored. This is where my thesis comes in. How do sponsorship disclosure and product presentation strategy independently or jointly affect consumers' attitudinal persuasion knowledge and consumer brand engagement? And to what extent does cultural orientation, individualism, or collectivism moderate the effect of sponsorship disclosure on attitudinal persuasion knowledge and consumer brand engagement? To clarify the constructs, attitudinal persuasion knowledge is how people emotionally evaluate a persuasive message. Here's the influencer post. Consumer brand engagement is how much they want to interact with the brand. And process-oriented presentation is a step-by-step usage of a product, and outcome-oriented presentation, it just illustrates the final result. Hofstede's cultural dimension of individualism and collectivism was set as the moderator for the study. Key findings: none of the predicted hypotheses were supported. However, only the interaction between disclosure and presentation on consumer brand engagement approached statistical significance, suggesting this may warrant caution. Interestingly, perceived influencer credibility was only used as a control variable to avoid any confounding effects on participants' evaluations, and explained far more of the variance in the consumer responses than any variables I tested. This suggests that marketers may gain more from partnering with credible, trusted influencers than from adjusting message features such as disclosure or presentation. In practice, choosing an influencer that the audience genuinely trusts may matter more than how the message is constructed. As a future professional, this shapes how I would approach campaigns, focusing on a credible partnership and treating transparency not as a threat to engagement, but as a practice that can support it.